Good Friday morning, everybody. I am Vicki Edmondson, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. And today, allergy season is upon us with everything budding and the pollen beginning to come out from the trees. So I want to show you, and of course we need tissues during that time if you're like me. So this tissue box looks okay, pretty decorative. But I'm going to show you how to cover this and make it even more beautiful for your home decor or your office or whatever. To begin with, what I do for the card box itself is when we get 12 by 12 DSP, you've got this white cardboard that gives the name of the DSP and all that. So I make my my tissue box base out of this because it's very sturdy and it just makes it for a very sturdy box. So for this to begin with, you're going to take your paper trimmer, and I'll try to stay in camera here. You're going to open it up, open the arm up, and with this DSP, you're going to cut it 9 1/2, and you can get 2 pieces of this, so that makes one cover, tissue cover box. 9 1/2 by 5 3/4. Excuse me, by 5 3/4. Okay, you're going to cut this one at 5 3/4. And then you're going to have that little piece left, okay? Along with that other slice. Okay, now we can close the arm up. Don't need that anymore. And we're going on the long side here, the 9 1/2 side. We're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch. So I like, when I'm using a smaller measurement, I like to do it here on the right side. You've got the 3/4 of an inch. You're going to score 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and then I'm going to use the bottom for this one, and then you're going to turn it and score at 3/4 of an inch here. Okay, so for right now, I'm going to go ahead and do those two on the long side, 3/4 of an inch, turn it, and 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and then you will turn it again. So this little square is up here in the left corner, and you're going to score it at 5 1/8. That's right, 5 1/8. Okay, 5 1/8, and again your little square here, and we're going to go 5 1/8. Okay, and that's all we're going to need that for right now. Okay, after you do that, you're going to need your tear and tape. I am using the new tulip paper. Oh, let me see what the name of that is. Hold on one second. Flowering Fields. It is the Flowering Fields DSP that is in the January through June mini catalog. And you're going to need 4 pieces of that cut the same size. And they are 5 inches by 4 5/16. 5 inches by 4 5/16. You're going to need a scrap, and I'm using Poppy Parade that matches the DSP, coordinates with it. This cardstock is a 3 by 4, and this is the topper for the tissue box, and it is 4 5/16 by 4 1/4. So you'll need that. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put the box together. So you've got your score lines here. You will take your snips, and we don't need this little corner right here, so we're going to cut it off at an angle, go off just a little bit, and cut there, and cut there. Okay, you're going to take that out, and then this center score mark right here, you will cut down the center to that other fold line or score line, and then cut a little notch out of each side. Okay, and we'll lay that one aside, and we're going to do the very same thing with this one. Where this little block is here on the end, you're going to angle it out. You will cut up to the score line and notch it out. Okay, and we'll get rid of these little scraps. All right, now we'll take your bone folder, and I always score mine on the and cut on the plain side, not the side that has the writing on it, because this will be on the inside of the tissue box and nobody will see it. Okay, so now we're going to take our bone folder and just make sure we crease these score lines very well on both pieces. Okay, that's one and two. This is a great little project that you can do and give to coworkers to put on their desk, or family members, somebody that does have problems with allergies and needs tissues around all the time. It's quick and easy, and it's also fun to make. And they will appreciate that gift of the tissues, I'm sure. Okay, we're going to take our tearing tape now, and we're going to lay it down very close to this score line, as close as you can without going over. And then I put another piece here. You can use your multi-purpose glue if you want, but I prefer to use the tearing tape because you want this box to be sturdy and hold up. So I use the tearing tape. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing on this one. And then another strip here. Okay, and then I rub a block over it to make sure it is adhered down well. I'm going to take your pick tool and just take this off. Throw those away. And this side here on each one of them where you've cut the notch out and you have the score lines have to match with this one. So, whoops, I wasn't quite ready to lay it down yet. I was looking to make sure I was in the camera. Okay, so you're going to make sure that you line this up so it's even with that score line and the bottom, but don't go over this score line here that you did. Okay, then we will take the tape off, the backing off this tearing tape here on this one. And then you will lay this down and make sure that this is lining up again with those score lines, this score line right here, and this side score line, but don't go over. Okay, take your bone folder and press them very nicely. Okay, so this is making your box. All right, now we will take, you can also do this part before you actually put it together, but this is the way I like to do it. But before you match these two pieces up and put it together, you can do this part that I'm getting ready to do now, putting on the DSP. Okay, we're going to take our multi-purpose glue, and always make sure, if you're using directional paper, that the 5 inches has to be the long way. Make sure it's in the right direction. You don't want your flowers to be upside down or whatever your image is. So 5 inches is going to be your long way, and your 4 5/16 is the wide part. Okay? So we'll just take our multi-purpose glue. And we're going to lay this down and make sure it is even. Don't go over this score line here at the top. There you go. Make sure it's all nice and even. Do the same thing with this one. And you can put the glue on here or on here, whichever way you'd like. I'll do this one by putting the glue here. It really doesn't matter, whatever your preference and whichever way is easier for you to do. You can do it either way. More than one way to skin a cat, right? Okay, right up to that score line, but not over, and not over your score line here. Okay. And you can use other coordinating paper. I didn't want to use the back side of this, but there is other paper in the flowering fields that would match with this as well. You could use green there or whatever, but for this one I'm just gonna use all tulips. I'm making this for a lady that loves tulips, so I decided I would make this one for her. Okay, I've made several of these. I took one into work where I work, and the girls loved it, so I've made about 6 or 8 of these so far. And the DSP really makes this box very, very pretty. Okay. And the same thing for this very last one. Okay. So there's our covers on the sides. We're going to fold these 2 pieces in. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to take the tissue box now and slip this over it, just like that. So how easy that went in. Okay. And then I want to take this piece of the basic white, and to cut the oval out of here, we're going to cut an oval out that's going to fit here. To cut the oval out, I did use my retired layering circle dies. This is the one that I used, that I will use, and I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to take it over and run it through. You're just going to center this. You can eyeball it, or you can measure it if you want, but you can center it and cut that out. And then with your Poppy Parade, you're going to take this larger one and this other one that fits inside. You're going to lay them down and run that through. And when you do that, you will come up with this little oval with the scallops around. Okay, if you don't, I'm sure a lot of you have the layering oval dies on hand. They were very popular, very useful, but they have retired. But if you don't have this, I'm sure you have something that you can cut an oval out with. Okay, so I took this over, and to save some time, I already cut it out. Now, you're going to lay this down, and the oval will go here like this, around this oval. You're going to lay it down. Don't glue it on yet, because you see this little white right here on each edge? We don't want that to show. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our snips, and we're just going to cut a little out of the center, just kind of eyeball it. We're going to cut a little sliver out. And if we have to cut more, then we'll cut it again. kind of eyeball it and guesstimate it on each one of these sides of the oval, because you don't want that little part showing. Okay, now we're going to put this back down like this, and we're going to lay this back over top of it just to make sure that those little white edges are not showing, and they're not. So now we'll take our glue and only put it on the edges right here, and hold that down for a moment. And then we'll do the, whoops, sorry, didn't mean to hit the camera. We'll do that on this side as well. And hold that down for a moment until it, make sure that it's adhered down. All right, and then we're going to take this, and we're only going to put glue around here. You don't want any glue on your tissue box, because you can take this cover off and put another tissue box in when you're done with the tissues in this one. Okay. And just put your glue all around. And then we'll just lay this down right there and hold it for a bit. I'm going to show you a couple more that I have made, that I've kept, one for myself and one for somebody that I haven't delivered to yet. Okay, and then again, this is going to go right here. We're going to take our multi-purpose glue, and we're just going to put a little stream of it as soon as I can get it going. Just put a little stream all around the scalloped edge, or whatever you have made yours with. You just need something that's going to cover this little part here on the top. Okay, and we're going to put that down just like that and hold it for a bit. And your tissue box is done. Your decorated tissue box. Super nice, super quick, super simple. There you go. Be a great gift. I'm going to show you a couple more that I have done, as I promised to do. This is one I did for myself with some of the DSP that I got when we had celebration. I love this paper, so I did one for myself. This one has a bird. This is coordinating, and these two sides are the same. And then I put granny apple green on top. Okay, the other one, that one was mine, and the other one I've done, this is the New Horizons paper DSP. I just cut this out. One of the girls at the salon, the salon name is Salon Indigo, and she has the indigo blues in her suite. So I've made this box for her and used Night of Navy here. So I hope you guys will try this. It really is not hard, and I'm sure you all have the 12 by 12 that comes in our the 12 by 12 little piece of cardboard that comes in the back side of our DSP paper. I'm sure you guys have that. I saved mine, I know, because I can use it for some projects. So these are the three that I have shown you today. Again, you can use any paper DSP that you have. So I hope you guys like this project today, and we'll give it a try. And I am a demonstrator, independent demonstrator in the United States. And if you do not have a current demonstrator that you deal with or purchase from, I would be happy to send your catalogs if you'd like. Leave me a comment below this video. And below the video, I will have the dimensions and measurements and everything of how to do this. and hopefully you guys will try it. If you purchase anything from me, this is my March host code. I would appreciate that you use this host code for this month. And if I can help you in any way, just let me know. I'd appreciate a thumbs up for liking the video, and also subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get up to 100 subscribers, so I would appreciate it if you could share with your friends and ask them to subscribe. And if they click that little bell beside, you can also see when I upload a new video. So thank you guys. Have a great weekend. I appreciate your time in watching this today.